been a little bit since I've done one of these numbers, the good old car talk. And yeah, I mean, it's February now. I don't know when this video will ever see the light of day, but last time I did one of these was somewhere in January, and I couldn't even tell you when. So that's what we're dealing with there. But yeah, we're back, and guess what? There's so much I could talk about. It's crazy stuff that has been happening as of late. Some of it pretty dang good. Some of it a little less good, but still not terrible. And not terrible, that's what we strive for every day. Doesn't need to be the best thing ever. It's just, it has to be good enough. Except, I think the best things ever are pretty cool. But yeah, no, that's kind of what we're off and doing today. Heading to El Gimnasio per the usual and all that stuff, in order to hit quite the gnarly day of sorts. Pull day. It's push day. So we're going to be showing up, getting the chesticles all pumped up, and yeah, we're going to have a good time with that. But yeah, I mean, I'm just going to go, and I'm hyped. So as of late, I've been going to the gym, as one does, as a bodybuilder probably should do. And I've been increasing weights quite consistently, whether it be reps going up or just, the weight moving up with what I'm doing. On a weekly basis, I'm seeing pretty good improvement. Oh, hi there. My phone went burr. Did not expect that. Now, did ya? Neither did I. So that's okay. But, now, chest day, as I've been saying, push day, and a staple of that push day, oh, Jesus, I'm mentally dyslexic. But the big staple for me that I've actually really been enjoying a lot are dumbbell presses and all that stuff. Incline dumbbell presses to be exact. I was about to say pretzel for a second. That would have been a little extra goofy of me. But the big thing there is I have been moving around to the 80s for 6 to 8-ish reps for, I hit that last week. So for those who may not understand math or maybe understand gym math, I'm feeling that I could be moving around the 100s here pretty dang shortly, to put it mildly. And that makes me very happy, because what do you mean I will be pressing the 100s on an incline casually? That's pretty crazy. But one thing I also found out recently is that, oh bro, my squat sucks. Definitely, we're taking a different direction now, but I was doing, kind of a lower day. No, was it a lower day? It was a lower day. It was indeed a lower day. But, we were doing that and all that fun stuff. And what ended up going down was, it was heels elevated, Smith machine back squat. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. I hop on, I do my stuff. I was moving approximately, with some nice good form, really feeling the contractions and stuff and things, 200, I'd say 40-ish pounds. I am benching that for reps. Do you see the problem there? Do you see the problem? I'm a sucker for the fact that it's just things will feel hard, and then I will be I can't do more because I felt mechanical tension and stuff and things. But it's I'm realizing more and more, it's not a mechanical tension that's to failure kind of thing. It's I'm a little wussy, so I just don't go as hard as I should, and I fail in a different kind of way. So I've been doing this thing where it's I intentionally will load up the weight on all my leg kind of movements, because I've been very much lowballing how much I can move with my legs for a while now, which I would recommend, especially someone such as myself. Got a couple years of distance running under my belt. These things can haul, and mind you, they're carrying around my I'd say 140 pound self for how many miles, at least 3 miles a day for a matter of years and stuff. So I'm hoping, I'd hope that they'd be able to move 300 something for a couple reps and things, which that's a big goal of mine. I'm very excited for this next year, because theoretically we're going to have a years long kind of bulking phase, kind of sort of growth phase, let's put it that way, because I don't know when I'll maybe have a mini cut or something like that. Me and my coach have to figure that out, because we finally have hit a point where we're oh yeah, no, what you're doing right now, you're looking great, you're feeling great, we're just going to keep doing the same thing until something happens. So yeah, welcome to the monotonous life of bodybuilding. consistency, gosh darn it, which admittedly, it's like, I like it. I find admittedly a lot of comfort in consistency, but I am a sucker for spontaneity. I am a sucker for just random stuff happening, because like that's what makes life interesting. That is what makes it really cool to be a part of, because admittedly, if I were living life and I'd just be like, I'm going to be a bodybuilder, and I knew everything that would happen building, I would, let's put it this way, if I were guaranteed I could be like, a Mr. Olympia, if I had to live essentially the same day again and again and again for like, the next 6-7 years or something like that, but I'd be guaranteed a Mr. Olympia title, I would have to say no. I could not do that. That's just too much for me. And the thing is, I say that and then they're like, but how about all these guys who are doing all this other stuff? And it's like, I understand where you're coming from. I understand where I'm coming from. But it's just like, I'd rather, have things feel a little crazy. I'd rather, maybe accidentally indulge in a cheat meal here and there. Accidentally. No ill will ever. What do you... Me go over my 2 cheat meals a week? What do you mean? Like, I totally don't do some extra cardio to fix that. That's crazy. I actually with my diet, I've been doing pretty good. Although there are days, admittedly, where like I got into a habit every morning I'd make like a bagel sandwich with eggs and some cream cheese and stuff like that. And admittedly, that's not really the best. A little fatty, I will admit. And some mornings, I kind of look in the mirror and I'll just be like, also I'll look in the fridge and be like, we're a little low on rice. I really don't feel like making more. So, I throw in a bagel, I do some egg whites and just, like an egg or two, and whipped cream cheese, so it's not terrible. And then that's one of my usual cheat meals. And it's fun. It's easy. It's simple. I've been kind of migrating more towards even like doing it with sourdough, just to like get more of that fermented kind of helping the digestives and stuff in there. As we said, and I want to talk about how to work the chest. Some people. I just want to talk about how to work muscles in general. So there's been this weird thing going around where it's like, I like to consider myself fairly scientifically knowledgeable. I like to consider myself someone who just understands the literature and knows what has to be done. There are still people out there that are doing some bonkers stuff, and it's just intriguing to not really just. I'm not going to hate on people. It's like you're in the gym, you're working out. That's better than a fair bit of the human population. But to be completely fair, it's just like how ignorant must you be to like not get this good information and to not use said good information. There's like it's weird because like I'm a fan of ego lifting. I think it's fun. I think it's cool every once in a while. Just like I feel like going a little bit heavier today to go for it, because studies are coming out that's just like, hey, how people have been saying your form needs to be immaculate? You can get away with it being a little crappy and stuff like that here and there. So personally, I'm always going to prefer like a more kind of nicer form, but it's like, if I feel like I can, bench 250 or something like that, just on a whim one day, you bet I'm going to do that and look a little bit crappy while doing it. So, mind that. But, you just gotta do, and it's bizarre. So I was recently talking with a maybe client of mine. They might be working with me for a prep. I don't know quite yet. But, like, they were telling me, it's like, yeah, no, it's like we're using Mike Mentzer's methods of stuff and things. And I'm just like, oh, are you now? And because, I'm a huge fan of just Mike Mentzer. I think, like, the intellectualism he brought to bodybuilding and stuff like that, especially in the golden era, like, was just a pivotal point in the history of bodybuilding and all that good stuff. But I really don't think his kind of methods have aged too well, because the one thing I will say, especially like when it's natural people trying to use the Mike Mentzer method, is like we don't have the grace that someone who's enhanced has when it comes to training. Like, studies have been done on this too. A lot of studies have been done. If you just take steroids and sit around, there's a chance that you might build more muscle in like a certain span of time than someone who actively goes to the gym. So be wary of that, because that is a thing that happens. That is a thing to be aware of. And no, Mike, love him to bits. I've seen guesses of what his cycle was. A bizarre amount of DECA, to put it mildly. And it's just like, he had great genetics. He probably would have grown kind of doing anything. But mind you, it's like, obviously, he ain't no Ronnie Coleman. He ain't no one that's going to, like, you know, just look at a weight and get huge. He still have to put in some work, gosh darn it. But it's just like, it's really hard to, like, I guess, look at that method of training and be like, yeah, that would work great, without just kind of just realizing and just acknowledging that, yeah, there's a bit more to it than, you know, maybe Mr. Mikey was laying on and stuff like that. But, you know, we'll ignore it because, you know, we love ourselves a good optimal man. But yeah, I mean, I'm hyped. Shucks, possibly to work with that guy. I think it'll be nifty. I got another dude I'm working with. He has like a show in October, July, or something like that. I forget what month. No, it's September or October, if I remember correctly, and I really hope I do. Because I mean, it'll be fun to put it mildly. I'm hyped to prep someone. I need to get more people. Because there was someone who reached out to me who was being an idiot with substances that I tried to talk some sense to. And then he's like, okay, I don't want to do this. I don't want to work with you, for you will not let me shoot myself in the butt with all these fun oils. And it's just like, honestly, good riddance. Thank you for ghosting me, because I probably would have had an aneurysm looking at your blood work. So, you know, we are out here doing our best to do good things, and I don't know. I wish more people who, like, want to do the whole bodybuilding shtick were just a tad bit smarter, you know? Just a little bit more go with the flow. I want to be safe with stuff. It's weird. You will find both some of these smartest by doing a little bit of some light carbs of some stuff before I get to the gym, but you'll find people who are your meathead bro dudes. But then you also find, like, some of the smartest freaking cookies known to man who just want to be jacked. And it's like, how the hell does this intertwine? I'll tell you why I think it intertwines, why you can have such very different characters at the gym. It's reasons. And the thing is, getting relatively jacked is, like, their answer to their reasons and stuff like that. So, for example, it's like, I want girls. You go to the gym. You think you're going to build muscle, then all of a sudden women will be swarming you. No. Men will come up to you more than women. I know it's said, I know it's joked about, but it is legit. Sincerely, I was at a club this last weekend and stuff like that, hanging with some friends. Of course, your boy did not do any of these stuff and things, for I am quite clean, and also I just enjoy heading to a club sober. I think it's honestly, for me, it's more fun. I'm more aware of my situations. I'm able to be of use and help to people. You know, if anything goes awry, I don't know. But moral of the story, like, I enjoyed it. It was fun, and I forgot what I was initially talking about. Oh, yeah. So, I was talking about the different types of guys and people. So, went there, and it's like, I was jacked, and, you know, guys, a lot of guys were just like, yo, you on roids? And I'm like, no. So that was quirky. And, you know, and then other people go to the gym because they just want to feel better about themselves. And it's like, that's, you know, you have both the vain and the not so vain, and all that stuff kind of intermingling in one space, and that's how you get a bunch of jacked people who, some are douchey, some are not. So you gotta kind of work with the balancing act there. That's kind of a weird way to wrap things up, but it's time to go get mighty pumped and see cable lateral raises, I'm pretty sure. Ah, Jesus Christ. What's a piece of shit like you doing in a good place like this? Yeah, so I'll be kind of popping in here and there to just kind of go through a little bit of what I am doing and why I am doing it. So, of course, starting off with cable lateral raises. Now, why the heck am I starting off with a pretty, I would say, low-fatiguing unilateral kind of movement? Well, because I need some bolder shoulders, gosh darn it. I mean, obviously, they're not the worst things ever, but they could be a whole lot better. And I want them to be a whole lot better, hence why we are starting off with them. Also, I mean, this should go without saying, if you want something to grow, you should probably put it first. And, you know, as much as I would love to put more emphasis on my biceps and my chest,
all right,
me and my coach are kind of in agreement that if we really want the freak factor to kind of be popping up a little bit, we got to give it a little bit more prioritization to the shoulders and the back. So, moving forward, those are going to really hopefully affect too much of anything else. Just gotta be a little bit more careful. And actually, excuse me, a little burpy, but I gotta read my programs. Kind of quirky of me, but anyway, upper back chest supported row. Ooh. That one. Now time for everyone's favorite movement that they either can't feel or are absolutely in love with. I fall in the more in love with kind of category. The freaking lat pull down. Now, yeah, this is a weird exercise. For a fair bit of time, it's like I would do it, but it's like I couldn't feel much of anything. And that strictly comes from the fact it's a form thing. This movement is just so much form and that it's kind of stupid. Because, you know, when you're dealing with a cable-oriented thing, you have the ability to kind of maneuver your body more or less back and forth. And a lot of people will lean really farther back and turn it into this really bizarre kind of row variation. When in actuality, what you have to do, at least what I have to do more or less, is just I get a slight lean and I pull as straight down as frickin' possible. Pretty much directly onto my chest while trying to keep a more kind of upright but slightly leaning back kind of posture. And from what I've been able to tell, it's worked pretty okay. And, you know, my lower lats have been getting a little bit better, which, you know, that shows I'm doing something right, I think. And this next thing right here, this little chest-supported dumbbell rear delt fly kind of situation, yeah, I did not want to do this, but as you can look and see lightly behind me to my left, there's a man using the only cable machine in this gym. So, what did I do? I thought, what in the world works the rear delts? What kind of resistance profile do I need? And I thought, dumbbells and gravity pulling down, and that's what we ended up doing. Obviously, I would prefer the cables for the fact that, with the single arm variation, it just allows more chronic tension throughout the movement. It kind of loses all kind of tension at the bottom when gravity is like really working. The dumbbells are kind of doing what gravity wants the most. But for what it was worth, like, this may do for the single set I did it for, so whoop-de-doo. Alright. Hose down time. Ew. Oh, jeez. Yeah, no, I mean, the pump went crazy today. I cannot say enough good things about how good this one felt. Like, oh, I was kind of ticked. I actually did like 2-ish extra sets of like a lateral raise kind of deal, which was not programmed for today, so whoopsie daisy. But like the pump at the mid of the workout, oh my gosh, it was unreal. Like, vascularity and everything like that went nuts. And even like this, it's crazy. Like, this growth phase is like, we are indeed growing. Huh. You see what I'm seeing? What? That's crazy. All right. Whew. All right, enough. All right. Enough joking around. Time for the fun part. Oh. Look. Oh. The shoulders, though. Oh my gosh. I mean, the shoulders, they got some love today because, hey, rear delts, a shoulder press, some, every other thing. So they got some love today, especially including lateral delts. And oh my golly, that is, it's crazy to me. But here we go. This looks really weird. Nicholas, I can't throw it on the hat for right now. That's not, yeah, that's a lot less distracting. Oh, jeez. It's crazy. Oh yeah, back to Mumbai. Really hope this looks good. Oh, jeez. Oh, it's insane. All right. party. We got some beef. There's something there. Know your name. Whew. This is just... How do I look like this? Like, what, 2 years? Over 2 years, 6 months, 5 months, something like that? And this is what we're working with? That's... People work like 5-ish years for something like this. This is just insane to me. Who'da thunk? Who'da thunk? Not me.